What's the best costume I ever had for my baby girl when she was growing up? A daisy, a flower. Let me tell you why. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Albert Lopez. The reason why I chose, well, first of all, it's Halloween month 2025, October 2025, and I think about this costume every single year. And the reason why I say it was the best costume that I chose for her throughout all her years of growing up. She grew up dressing up every year as all the princesses, as besides the princess, real super cool Disney store princess dresses that my wife and I would get her. I could see her in them with their hair done up and her makeup and everything all nice. My wife is an artist, so she would dial her in real nice. But the one that stands out the most, and then I replay everything that went into it, was that daisy, that flower. I'll describe it for you a little bit, kind of how it was. She was like 1 maybe? She must have been close to 2. Yeah, she was about, being close to 2. Anyways, it was, I used the beret, a hair beret. That was kind of like, okay, that was the frame. And then what I did is I cut out foam pieces to make them look like the petals. It was a cartoon type of a daisy. So it had 3 petals, 4. On the beret, I had 1, 2, 3 petals. You can imagine it, 1, 2, 3. And then I made a felt petal that went on her chest. I had her wear a hoodie that was green that represented the stem, and then her hands with the mittens were the leaves. Now, the petals were white, and it had the little line in the middle, like the cartoons, kind of like to represent the shadow. And then around the hoodie, say the hoodie's like this, right around here, I put a trim of yellow felt cut along right here to kind of like make it look a little frayed. That represented the yellow part, the yellow center of what the daisy is. Adorable. Remember, this is a 2-year-old. You can't have them wear something too elaborate. So it was a hoodie with the zipper. So you'd zip it up. It had the petal in the front right here. So that was the 4th petal. So it was 1 petal, petals on each side, and petal on the top. And then the yellow trim around the hoodie. So she was sitting there like a flower. No makeup or nothing. She was a baby. I sat her in an old wooden crate. I made it look old. I painted it in such a way to where it would look like it was just like old. And then I made a sign that was perfectly set up on the crate, not straight, but just a little tilted to the side, that said flowers for sale, 1 cent, 1 penny. It was cute. It was cool, right? It was a sign on both sides. This crate, I placed it in a wagon. That wagon was pulled by me. So she was sitting in the crate and she was propped up with like a bunch of blankets and stuff so she'd be safe. And then that was in the wagon. And then I'd pull her down the wagon down the street to, go trick-or-treating. We might have trick-or-treated in maybe 2 houses. We weren't out to go get candy. She was 2, but she was dressing up as a daisy. And she looked so adorable. To this day, every single Halloween, I think about that costume. Why did I choose that one as the best costume that I ever chose for her? Not so much because I made it. By now you probably figured out, oh, he made it. He didn't buy it. Oh, it's probably because he made it. I have to make it. That had a lot to do with it. Why? Because of the memories that were built. It was the moment. It was the time it took to make it. It was buying the felt, cutting the foam, using the creativity. You would probably see it. It was pretty dope, I ain't gonna lie. But a lot of people that their artist level is way higher than mine would probably see it and like, man, you could have done such a better job. It wasn't the job that I did. It wasn't the level of artistry that it had. It was the moment. Experiencing the moment. Living the reality. Living that experience. Getting to experience that phase, that chapter, that whole week that it took me to make it. I said, oh, because you guys worked on it together? She was 2. She didn't know what was going on. I did it on my own. I was so excited to do it. I was a new dad. It was an experience. And I'm not saying that that's the only way you could experience it, but when you choose to live in that moment, when you choose to experience that moment to the fullest, I'm sure I went with my wife to go buy her the other costumes the next year and the following year. And as she got a little older, she was choosing them, and she was, she wanted to be the certain a princess and stuff. And I'm sure I experienced going to the store, and I experienced taking it off the rack and trying it on and watching my wife do her makeup and all and all that. But it wasn't the same as me actually taking the time day behind day behind day to put together this costume. It's experiencing it. So I would recommend, if you really wanted to, but Albert, I'm not an artist. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to make daisies. I don't even want to dress her up as a daisy. I don't know how can I experience, how do you recommend that I experience a little bit more to it? Whatever, this is what I would say. Whatever your kid is, you're going to dress them up as at any age, whether it's one, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you know what? We really just wanted to buy them the costume at the Halloween store, grab it done. But I want to have that experience that you're having, besides just dressing them up, putting it on, and taking a picture. I would recommend add to it. Add to the costume. Add something that you can make and record it. I mean, if you can, if you're into it, why not? I'm not saying you don't have to post it, you don't have to share it if that's not your deal, but record it. Take the time, prop up your phone, and add something to it. Add an accessory to it. If he's dressing up as a ninja, make the sword or some sort of a prop. But don't buy the prop. Try to make it. Go on YouTube and how to make a samurai sword out of cardboard or whatever, or plastic. I have a video on here from years ago, how to turn a plastic sword to look like a metal sword. Do that. I think I wrapped it in tape. Do that. Add something to it. Add some sort of a bracelet. Add some sort of a trim. Add some sort of a superpower to the shoe. I don't know. Get creative with it. What can I add to a Spider-Man costume? What can I add to a ghost costume? What can I add to a pumpkin costume? Do those searches. Ask chat, ask YouTube, and find something that you can make for it. And in that making, it's going to take time. It's going to take mental real estate for you to think about, what can I add to it? And you adding that, I bet you, even if you wouldn't make it, if you would just add something to it, if maybe adding a super cool flashlight that you specifically bought, not because you needed one for work or you needed one for your car or whatever, but you were going to add some super cool LED flashlight that flashes, that didn't come with the costume, but you ordered it off Amazon. Maybe some red LEDs for red LED bracelets or something for that red Spider-Man costume or something. And you add it, and it was like, whoa, that's gonna make the experience for you. I remember when I added these and I upgraded them, and you can't even say the look on his face, because maybe he or she is too, but the look on your face and how it made you feel. It's that feeling. It's that extra going above and beyond feeling that you're doing for yourself. Look who's thinking about the Halloween costume decades after. My daughter, she may, especially if she watches this video, she may. She probably does. She probably doesn't. I don't know. It's okay. It doesn't matter. But you know who does think about it every single year? This guy right here, your homie Albert. So this is what I'm suggesting you do to create these moments. So when your daughter's like grown, right now, you know, he or she, your daughter, son, whatever, is 1, 2, 3, add something to that costume. Add something custom to whatever, whether it's a daisy that you're dressing them up as, or a superhero, or a puppy, whatever. But try adding something that you thought about, that you put the time in to research. Excuse me. What can I add to this costume to make it cool? So you can also experience in 10, 20, 25 years that cool experience when you're driving out during the Halloween season and it's cloudy and it's during the day and you start seeing all the decorations in the house, and you could remember, like, oh yeah, I remember when I got that cool ass accessory for their Halloween costume. Then you could come back to this video and say, hey, 20 years later, it worked. Hey, let me know in the comments if you could relate to this. If you've dressed up one of your loved ones, whether it's your kids, your siblings, or someone in your close circle that you helped dress up, that years have passed already, and you still remember that experience. Let me know in the comments what the costume was and what specific part of it do you remember the most. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get notified every time that I upload a video. I upload all the time. And if you enjoyed this and we connected right here, make sure you hit the thumbs up.